trying to tell you what I think will happen in Spider-Man 2, aka the theory, and also give you some gameplay on the game just so you guys don't have to hear me only. So, where do I start to mention? Let's start off with how the way I'm gonna like say this is to tell you how Miles, spoiler warning for that. So, Miles Morales ended.
Hey, I'm no lawyer, but
wait.
I'm pretty sure that's a parole violation.
Well, let me just. So Miles Morales ended with basically Peter and Miles swinging in the city, which that can easily be a tutorial. So my theory is that literally the ending of Miles Morales is the beginning tutorial for Spider-Man 2. So this plot isn't copied from anyone. This is literally my personal thing. So let me get to it. My personal theory: the game will open up with Peter and Miles swinging at the end of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and literally they go to the crime that happens at the ending of the game, and that's gonna be your combat tutorial. And the game will teach you how to do like team finishers, like in the trailer. Now, after that, let's just say MJ receives a distress call, like from the Bugle, saying, "Hey, do this news on literally Norman Oscorp Tower, like Norman's penthouse apartment, getting blown to pieces because Harry, aka possibly Venom, escapes." Now Peter gets notified by MJ because of that. Now, roughly my theory, 2 hours into the game, Norman will call someone to hire, so then he could be able to find Harry/Venom. So instead he hires Kraven the Hunter to track him down. How will that combine with Peter? MJ will easily give him leads, and then those leads will follow up with where Venom is, aka Harry, and Kraven will meet them in an area. And they will definitely encounter each other and fight it out. But honestly, this may sound like this is possible, but there is a big chance that Kraven will be offered a higher money by Harry. I don't know. It doesn't sound right, but wait, let me rephrase that. Harry will literally end up destroying Kraven. And Kraven will literally start finding other bounties, which is what we see in the trailer. And those will be the ones to like purely, but in the encounter, Harry will be, Spider-Man's a threat to Harry. Norman notices this and also wants like the bounties to like stop them. How they stop them, I don't know. They obviously won't. But my theory is that they say that this game is dark. And guess what that means for a trilogy? It's the second installment of a trilogy, and it's dark. Spider-Man 2 is going to be the Empire Strikes Back of the trilogy. It has to be a third game, so probably and definitely Venom will not be defeated. Okay, he will be defeated. Harry will be defeated, but Venom won't be. So that symbiote will find someone else. It's definitely not Eddie Brock, because then it'd be too obvious for the story, and it won't be that, like, so yeah, that's like my theory overall. Because the thing is that Eddie Brock is too obvious when we want to have a compelling story where we see, like, Peter, like, trying to help a friend. But it kind of makes sense in the own way that it has it. So Peter's gonna be like, my boy's gonna be freaking rock bottom. It's gonna be, he's gonna be crying through the entire game. By literally the entirety of the game.
Pretty sure he was working for the Demon Gang.
And that's gonna it's gonna like give people away that Peter isn't not only such an asshole when it comes to beating up criminals, but literally this is the first like villain that Peter technically like compels to. So that's not a bad theory. So how the game will end? Yeah, my theory is that the game. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy and it probably won't happen, but I'm just gonna call it. According to the Marvel map chart, Symkaria and New York are like not close to each other, but in the game close. And Doctor Doom's place, I think Doctor Doom's from Symkaria, I don't know. But in the trailer, we see like a hooded thing, like a Doom guy. But it's possible that Doctor Doom can have like a sort of agenda. I don't know how, but if it kind of matches with the Fantastic Four suit in the game. Wait, over here. Wait. Yeah, here. Given by Reed Richards. So it's very likely that we will see a like. It's kind of obvious that we could see like a Doom reference. I'm not expecting Doom to be in the game. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be in the game. But I'm pretty sure that they could reference him as a sort of threat to the Symkarians.
Hey, MJ.
And not to mention, I actually have a theory that Kraven and Peter will fight. That's too obvious in like the Central Park area, because that's more of a. That's kind of a good location for combat when it comes to like bounty hunters and all that stuff. But yeah, they're gonna duke it out. These guys are they're gonna wreck each other. So, Mega Brain Theory prediction.
If Harry were here, he could talk some
This-
sense into his dad.
That MG's gonna die.
Talk to you soon.
Now, if that will happen, I actually have a theory that Aaron, the Prowler, will tag along in the story to like help out. But if that happens, I'm calling it Aaron Davis is gonna die.
They've been pretty busy tonight, hitting a lot of fixed properties.
So enough with the plot overall. That's kind of like gotten over. Let's talk about the combat. What do we want for the game overall? So personally, what I want for the game is for them to introduce dual swinging. Like if you're holding L2, it uses like the web shooters on the left side, or R2 right side, and if you use them both together, it'll be like this double swing thing. That'd be pretty sweet, and that'll be pretty like you have more control over the web swinging, and it'll feel more like feel very good.
Let me send an officer to meet you there.
And one thing that I also want them to do that they already might not do this, but if they do, I want the game to have co-op, literally split screen or one entire screen. Peter and Miles, like you can invite a friend over and play. That's obviously that would be the best thing ever. But the more you think about it, they already said that Peter and Miles will have the same journey, but yeah. Oh, I actually forgot to mention this. I'm pretty sure that Peter's gonna get a job in the Miles Morales' high school as a science teacher. That'd be pretty cool. To keep him like in a close eye sort of thing. That'd be pretty nice. Cause Peter really, he left Otto's work since he's like Dr. Octopus. So that'd be pretty cool, seeing like how they do it and all. Cause Peter's story, according to what they say, Peter's story is not over, and that's more of an obvious thing to say due to the fact that Peter is like now mentoring Miles. But Miles isn't gonna die. The guy is like, he's too OP. Actually, Miles is too OP. I want the game to nerf his powers. It's too easy. Okay, so now let's talk about the mechanics overall, the location. New York City there's a big chance that New York City is gonna stay the same. And I kind of don't like that because we've been seeing New York City since freaking 2018. So I really want them to expand it to like more than New York. Like you get to go like
Keep talking about gear.
so much more. Because if you limit your game to only one entire location, it's either at least they explore more of New York, but that'd be nah. I want Peter to at least go to somewhere else, like Simcaria. But you know, the demo or at least official trailer will come out soon, because according to the game's like time in the YouTube platform. Wait, let me check it out. Spider-Man 2. Okay, according to YouTube, Spider-Man 2, the trailer has been out for 10 freaking months. The trailer has 10 months. Literally 10 months. And there are literally 12 months in a year. So this trailer or gameplay should come out in at least less than 2 months, or literally in 2 months. Because if it doesn't, trust me on this, if they don't release footage by the time that it's those months, the game's delayed. And we don't want that. Because this is like the first game I've ever like felt emotional about. Spoiler warning, Aunt May dies. But Spider-Man 2, this game was Game of the Year. This game, there's a chance it could like be Game of the Year. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 has lots of potential, and the records for how much they sold more than 10 million. We're talking about 15 million, 20 million, something around that. Also combining the scores of Miles Morales. So I have really high hopes for the second game. That if the second game doesn't do good, I don't care, because it's still, for me, it will be a good game. You can literally make the worst Spider-Man game ever, but to me, it'll still be good because it's a Spider-Man game. But you also got to be careful, because Spider-Man is like Insomniac's poster boy alongside of Crash. No, wait, alongside of, oh, I forgot the name. But anyways, Spider-Man is like the poster boy for, I'm gonna make it easy for you guys to understand. Insomniac has a baby, Spider-Man. If that baby isn't treated with the most respect, it ain't gonna like it. It's not gonna be. So you gotta treat it carefully, but Insomniac's gonna do a good job. But I really want them to already show, like, footage and something. Like, literally, they already confirmed in a tweet that they are working on something for the game, so that was like 2 months ago. You gotta get something now, cause these guys are wasting time. Well, they're not wasting time. Sorry, they're like making the game good. I respect that, but but at least make them remind us that the game exists. But yeah, this game is gonna be something. Man, I don't know what else to talk about. What to talk about? Oh. I'm gonna post my The Last of Us Part 1 gameplay like in September 6th or in the 13th, somewhere like that. So if you guys drop a like and subscribe, and please turn on notifications so you guys could like receive the video. Cause trust me, The Last of Us, it's one of my favorites. First comes Spider-Man, then comes that. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of these guys.
I literally didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but Spider-Man, it's not gonna have a problem. So I'm just gonna now rate Spider-Man the game. So Spider-Man, this game is, by the way. But here's the thing. This game is being focused on a lot more than Spider-Man 2. And that's kind of true, because I did post a comment in the Sony webpage saying, oh yeah, that's what we definitely wanted. Because seriously, we're waiting since 2018 for a sequel, and these guys just pop up with a PC remaster. Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool, but
is why I brought a warrant.
The game already came out, so
What do you say we do some perfect?
you guys could just play it in a PS4.
I like the
But
sound
still,
of that.
a PC remaster for the PC is pretty cool.
Officer Davis.
But why like remaster a game? Okay, they're doing the same thing with The Last of Us, but that's a remake. This is a remaster. It has been remastered at least twice, counting the PC and the PS5. The PS5 remaster sold a lot with the Miles Morales bundle, so that made Sony a fortune. And the PS5 selling a lot, that's pretty good. But they gotta pay attention. If I were Sony, I would release footage or something of Spider-Man, then work on the remaster. Cause either they have two teams working on it,
Like I'm in a horror movie.
or these guys are just wasting time on one thing. Because this game has to launch by 2023.
Okay, where's that locked
A
door?
likely release, summer of 2023, September,
I'm doing my
October.
best to refrain from knock-knock jokes.
But Spider-Man is Spider-Man, so they could literally
Yeah, got it.
Insomniac, and they're also working on the Wolverine. So personally, I don't know how they're doing two at the same time. Wolverine is gonna be TVMA.
Stun
That's
gun, genius.
definitely it's gonna be an MA game.
Just what I need for an upgrade.
There's no doubt about that. Wolverine is brutal. What to say about the game? Spider-Man 2 is the second they reveal a trailer for it. Wait, let me check something. I can get. Wait, can I get? Wait. Wait, if YouTube is on the yeah, YouTube's on the PlayStation. Let me just make sure. Wait. YouTube is on the PlayStation. If YouTube releases the Spider-Man 2 trailer, I'm gonna do an instant reaction on it, because Spider-Man 2 is something I've been debating for the last 10 months, as the YouTube page showed. So yeah, I'm gonna be covering the crap out of it. Spider-Man 2 is. I literally have friends playing Spider-Man as we speak. That's how big the game is. Like, Spider-Man is
You remind me of my son.
everything.
Started taking apart the TV when he was 5.
And if you don't treat that game with the utmost, like, things.
Sounds like he could teach me a few
Oh
things.
shoot, they released Ant-Man footage.
Okay.
Huh?
Nothing illegal in plain sight.
Kinda anticlimactic, huh?
First glance. Let's look closer.
Looking for something specific?
This
Okay.
yard's been here a long time. Bootleggers used to use it back in the day.
Guys, seriously, subscribe and drop a like. This, it's pretty cool.
Sound hollow to you?
Wait.
Got a hidden panel, like the one on the door. The conduits lead out the back. Look for another junction box.
Let's see if my mask lenses can pick up the conduits.
Alright, I'm back. Anyways, back to Spider-Man. So, man, I honestly don't know what else to talk about concerning Spider-Man. Let's talk about locations. Okay, potential locations for the sequel: New York, Brooklyn, freaking Harlem. Those locations you can already visit here. But if we're talking about new locations, I want Symkaria to be a location. If Symkaria is a location, that'd be pretty cool. Because Symkarians don't really like. Symkaria is pretty crucial when it comes to the thing. So that'd be pretty cool to see Symkaria. Because Symkaria isn't really like present in Spider-Man, but it is definitely a game that you can like feel that's present, you know? Like, you can feel its presence within it. Yo, chat, who's there?
Thanks.
Yo, chat, if you hear me, say hello. Just so I can make sure that my mic's speaking. I don't wanna.
You got a big fat nothing.
Well, there's one secret room that could be more. Notice anything about the floor?
They can hide the doors, but not the scrapes they leave.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for more of those.
Mano de mi capelón. Okay. So, as I was saying, Sincaria isn't in the game per se, but it's definitely a presence that we feel throughout the trilogy. Spider-Man 2 and 1. aka Morales, but yeah,
I know I'm after
Morales.
scrapes. I should take another look around.
Actually, the suits are one thing that you have to like take a note at, cause their suits are getting more like, what's the word? Hollow? Nah, they're getting more like texture. Like you literally have colors bleeding through colors,
Where else could there
and
be
you
scrapes?
literally like upgrade the suits. The suits look good. But for me, Peter to like copy Doc Ock's like technique, tentacles, that's kind of like personally showing how Peter has evolved over the, let's say, 9 years.
Scrape,
It's been Spider-Man for 8 years, 9 years.
None I can see anyway.
So that would be pretty like sick to find out how Peter has evolved his suits. But the techniques I want him to learn
Sit tight,
is
I'll pull you
like,
up.
since he's more experienced, I want there to be new like web swinging animations, more like better, more like athletic, cause he swings averagely. You see, he swings. He could do whatever he wants, jump up. I want to see like more. I want to see more
Right,
control
I'm on
over the athletic. That I want to like put Peter's
Second floor, rusted machine parts,
athleticness to
big
the
humping
test.
rats.
Cause all gamers here know that
The bridge is out.
if you have limits in a game, you're gonna find out. But I want Insomniac to give us like some goodies to like try out to
Nice,
Spider-Man.
stuck the landing
And if they're
everything.
hearing this video, which they probably aren't, I mean it,
Fair
cause
enough.
if you design a limits of like techniques like combat,
Yep,
see,
on it.
cause they know how to make it. That made a backflip. This does like a kick. This does like a da. You see, they have lots of techniques, but it's always a repeat. Like the reason Spider-Man 1 was also a success, because this game has been out for like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4 years now, and people are still finding like secret like movement. That's why the game is successful,
Found
because he
one.
got some goodies. Like 3 years of like finding out stuff. That's amazing, because you literally find all of those in like 1 month. But no, people are still finding moves. Like for example, right now I can literally just do this. Look,
Check this out.
wait, and the game doesn't tell you about it. See, I can shoot things. I get a hang off of it. The game has lots of things to offer, so that's why I'm excited for the second one. But if you keep like revealing off techniques in this game, the second game is just gonna be a carbon fiber of what
Gotta be a
we see
passage
here.
that we're missing. Check out the wall.
So yeah,
This might control access to another area.
mono man,
This
let's
man,
go.
we're talking about a vault. Maybe we're close.
Bet on it. Looks like a dual circuit. See if you can find a second junction box.
Yo, chat, if you hear me, say something. Literally, put a comment or something.
If I were a junction box,
You got 5 seconds.
Follow the
5,
conduits. They should lead you in the right direction.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, screw it. Okay, it's fine.
can't be that many places to hide a junction box.
What is this?
Found it. Clear.
Also, speaking of Insomniac and their games, Wolverine is gonna come out soon, and this game is getting literally
You were right, Jeff.
more
Trapdoor.
news than Spider-Man, so that's kind of like
Think you can help me
noting
out?
that
Things happen.
Wolverine is. Wait, let me check something on the PlayStation Store. Let me make what? Last of Us Part 1, Endure and Survive. Wolverine. Oh, wait. I'm gonna end the video in a few since we already like talked about everything concerning Spider-Man 2 literally in under like freaking half an hour. But one last thing to note,
Spooky at all?
Probably.
Spider-Man 2 should literally have like
No one's cleaned it since
a sort of system where you can like not only change the time of day but also the not the day, the symbiotes too, how it reacts to combat.
Let me see
like
how it looks from the top.
it could spit out like dark webs and all that stuff. That would be pretty sick. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and please turn on all notifications so you could be noted on The Last of Us Part 1 gameplay footage. That will definitely do. If the video performs well, like averagely for what? So yeah, I would post more. So you guys would really be supporting me in that, so bye.